And I could have sworn I turned on my microphone properly. Could have sworn that I clicked on the thing to turn on my microphone, so all that I was just saying was silent, but that's okay. It seems to be properly voluminated at the moment. And all I had said, the only thing that you missed was I was just checking my various cams. So if you were saying, hey, he's not saying anything, not to worry, I was just setting up all my cams. And I said, like I said, I could have sworn I turned that button on. There's too many buttons on this thing. But that's working now. Okay, let's do a couple of shout outs to recent subscribers. Now, where's my shout out thing? Oh, here it is. So switch over here. And we'll give some shout outs. Here's a couple of people that recently subscribed to the channel. And so we're going to give them a shout out over here. Thank you to George Elias for the recent subscription. Very much appreciated. Hope you enjoy the stuff. Find a video or two that makes you happy. Same thing too. Filler 1171, you have defeated the other 1,170 competitors to become the 1,171st filler. So congrats on that. And one more for the moment. Let's give a shout out. Let's give a shout out to Leslie Graves. Graves, Halloween, it's all coming together. So shout out to Leslie Graves for the recent follow. So I already checked all of my cams. They all seem to be working fine. And we've got various gold to harvest. So we're halfway through casting 20 creatures, halfway through getting a very important text message from my comic book buddy. They're sending me some very important chats about comic books. And we got to also cast 20 black or red spells. One of the books I just got back from CGC, one of my favorites. Ooh, this looks cool. All True Crime Detective case. What is this? From 1954. 8.0. Congrats on that, Ed. The case of the International Jewel Thieves. Let me just do a quick reply there. A very important comic book chats here. And so that's a classic comic book from the 50s that my buddy Ed just scored back as an 8.0. So, okay, let's play here. Going to switch over to a mono white deck to help me get that treasure. And we got other things to do, including climbing the ladder. I haven't done that in a little while. I was doing some ladder play recently. We'll keep it going. Oops, there's a sliver. That'll be annoying. Sliver deck. Well, I need to play I Go First. Smothering Tithe. None of this is really great. But I go first, so we'll do that. Smothering Tithe. No, Google, I don't want any of your new stupid features. Just show me the text. You can't read that on the stream. His reply. But, alright, so Ornithopter Paradise. Shivam Bhat was just recently saying Ornithopter Paradise is great in Commander. Well, yes, of course, we all know that. And if you don't know that, now you know. I recently was playing Commander, and I equipped an Ornithopter of Paradise with Blackblade Reforged, and that gave me a 17-15 flyer. No, actually, not a 17. A 15-17 flyer that I defeated my final 2 opponents in that game. So it was a nice little mana ramper, but then also helped me win the game. Lantern of the Alchemy. Add 1 mana of any color, look at the top card. If it's a land, do whatever and do whatever. Okay, fine. So you have 1 mana open, either use it or lose it. And let me get on with my thing. Okay, we can do the retreat. Drop a land. I can already play my commander right now. Yes, just play my commander already. Or I guess attempt to. So anyway, what I want to do eventually is get that Felidar retreat out there. Then by simply playing lands, you get good stuff. Although I should probably play that land, even though I would rather play that retreat. Well, they're going to give me mana. They're going to give me mana for drawing cards. Still looking at their cards and my cards and the meaning of life. I'm going to try to focus on my stuff. So yeah, we're just chatting over here about comic books as well. So St. John's Publishing, I don't even know that publishing house. So as the opponent contemplates their life choices, let's switch over to look at some comics over here, because the opponent is a very slow player. So my friend Ed just sent me a little picture that he got a cover of Authentic Police Cases. This was published between 1948 and 1955. Wow. And what number is it? Well, we'll see it right here from the cover. I'll just look at the number. What's the number here? Number 34. So he just got a copy of this number 34 right here. All true crime and detective cases, authentic police cases. Intrigue of every something. The case of the international jewel thieves, bloody trails, trap the Arctic menace, Caribbean dope claims a victim. So that's what he sent, what he got recently. And you're not missing anything in the game. The opponent is just extremely slow player. Wow, the opponent finally did something. So, wow, some of these opponents, they just crack me up about how they just crack me up. All right, well, let's... What's the optimal play? I have 3, 4, 5 mana. I guess the optimal play will be to play more things at once. Play the Servo. Play the Revelry, although it won't do too much. Just 1 card draw. There's the Procession. I believe they probably have their 5 mana for their commander now. Yeah, they have enough mana for their commander. And the Sliver deck is always extremely annoying. You need to have removal right away. I don't have any removal. I'm YOLOing it, which I shouldn't, because I know I get annoyed when that Sliver deck pops off. But I just want to play stuff, and yep, extremely slow play opponent. They're looking at my commander again. Yep, eventually you can figure out to kill it. So we'll give him the old do not care. Perhaps if you want to read my commander, you will see that it is actually better that when my commander dies, because then I get a free card. Let's see what amazing free card I get. Oh, I get more than one. Let's get rid of... well, let's actually do a cost reduction. And let them know that that was cool. And then they missed a land drop. Okay, here's what we want to do here. Well, I'm just so greedy here. Yeah, let's get greedy right here. Let's play that. Let's play that. Let's give everything a +1. Let's bring out a Manjara. Making another creature. Oops, I should have brought out... yeah. Well, I should have brought out Manjara first. I don't know. Maybe the math would have worked out. But I got all these creatures and the opponent is completely dumbfounded. What's the opponent's name again? Talos 22? That sounds familiar. That sounds like it was from some sort of Star Trek. Some sort of Star Trek series or something. Talos 22. And the opponent takes 10 years to decide not to block. Alright, so they did miss a land drop. I would have thought that they didn't pay for the tithe because they had something to do, but yes. Okay, so they're going to give me that. And they're still thinking, and then they're looking at mine, and they're thinking... Anyway, next turn, again, to be super greedy, I'm going to play the Anointed Procession. If I get a land, that'll be nice. Because I'll play the Anointed Procession. Then Tithe Taker. Oh, I have double tithes. As the opponent wastes our lives. Let's look over here. How many cards in the world of Magic have Tithe? I think there's Tithe Drinker, Tithe Harvester, Tithe Taker... Smothering Tithe, Mana Tithe. What is going on here? There are 13 cards with the name Tithe in the title, which we will explore together in one moment. Yeah, the opponent's digging for answers. Ooh, give me all that gold. Let's do one of these over here to show them. Nice. And then they pass. Okay. Well, let's do what I do over here. Just this real shock and awe shenanigans. That's going to be 9, 10, 11. That's 11 damage. They really, really want to keep that Bloodline Pretender. It's just such a good card you want to not die that you're just going to keep at whatever cost that Blood Tithe Pretender alive. What does it do again? Hits a Changeling, which, number one, was a mistake. And then it is a 3-mana 2/2. As Bloodline Pretender enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. They chose Sliver. Whenever another creature of the chosen type enters the battlefield, you put a +1. So they really, really wanted to get that +1 on their Sliver so badly that they took 11 damage to keep it alive. Oh well, no sympathy for Sliver players. And let's keep going as our opponent comes online. Let's see here, we've got 13 Tithe focused cards. So we have Archangel of Tithes, Blood Tithe, Blood Tithe Collector, Blood Tithe Harvester, and a few more we'll look at. Our opponent is a Tura Kenarud. Flying whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, create bird or soldiers or whatever. Okay, that'll be annoying, but got stuff to do here. On turn 3, and they go first, so we'll see if we're okay. Anyway, Mana Tithe, Smothering Tithe, Soul Tithe, Spell Tithe Enforcer, Syndic of Tithes. I wonder if Syndic is a real word. That's one of the things that I think is kind of interesting and impressive about Magic the Gathering, that they use these arcane or esoteric words that are very uncommon, and maybe they're not even real words, but they just sound so close to being real. One of the ones I really remember, like, you're not missing anything in the game, the opponent is still thinking. One of the ones I really remember is Lunarch, Lunarch Aspirant. It almost sounds real, because the ARC, suffix arc, as in monarch, makes sense, and then Luna, moon, so moon monarch, Lunarch. I think that's very interesting. So here, Syndic. I don't know, well, syndicate and such, and perhaps we can figure out IC or DIC, but that sounds like it could be a real word. And even if it is, cool, and if it's not, it just sounds cool. Syndic of Tithes. Got just good old Tithe, published back in Visions. Oops, the opponent finally. Now, Wizards of the Coast is gaslighting me, because I remember we used to have a timer. And I think not in every mode, but there used to be a timer. And I don't know if it even matters to see how much time the opponent is wasting, but I remember you used to be able to check the clock. They took that out for some reason. It's got an internal clock, but maybe too many people were raging when they could see the time. But I thought seeing the time was valuable, because then I know if the opponent wastes 30 seconds of me, well, then I have 30 seconds to do something myself. Yeah, did the opponent crash? Did they disconnect? They're wasting our lives, but okay. We'll switch over here while that runs out. Tithe Breaker Giant, Tithe Drinker, and Tithe Taker. So yeah, then it just crashed. Okay, thank you for the win and wasting my time, opponent. Got some XP and a card. And that deserves a... They just ran and they couldn't get away. Okay, finally I get to go first. Let's just go. No time to think. Garna with a shuffle. Oh man, they got that stupid little... yeah, I don't want to be... I don't want to put down someone's fun, but that is a horrible magic thing right there. Little... Saw the little, that little, that little rice ball. Okay, so anyway, what are we doing here? We can play that for free, or that for free. Let's play these vampires. Check that out. That is kind of an amazing play. 4 mana. 4 mana to create 5 creatures. And the opponent's got to give me the thanks. Passing. And yeah, let's play our owl, the Dawn Sky. And sure, let's do an all-in strike here. One of you will not be making it back. There we go. We got a Garna on board. Just send out this quick alert here. All right, so what do we want to do here? Well, let's just suck the opponent's will to live by just getting right away of their commander. Obviously, the whole deck relies, a brawl/commander deck all relies upon your commander. So let's just abuse them like that, and you have nothing. Just like Willy Wonka, you get nothing. They'll probably have some removal. They'll remove Owl, no problem. I'll just get some free stuff off the top. Starnheim Unleashed. We got a hasty 4/3. Do not care, and they're not going to attack with it. I could just get rid of it right away. Now let's set up over here for Starnheim later. Although I can make one finale. Nah. Let's just go that way. Yeah, let's just use it. Who cares? So we get to make 1, 2, 2. 3 mana for a 2/2. If it was instant speed, that would be the best. Alright, opponent. Well, so what does your village thing do? It's got a haste. It's got a whatever haste. Wolves you control have haste. Okay, that's not a wolf. Okay, that's a dragon. That's a dragon warrior, haste and double team. What is a double team? Double team. When a creature with double team attacks, if it's not a token, conjure a duplicate into your hand, then both perpetually lose double team. Okay, that's annoying. Anyway, let's do something like that. Just go all in. 5 in the air. 6 damage in total. If you don't have if you don't have something for my air attacker, you might have a bad time. Let's do the math on that Starnheim. If I do 3 mana, I can make 1. I need 2, 4, 5. I need 5 mana to make a good amount of these. Okay, so something's happening. Oh yeah, we got the double strike, whatever junk happening there. Don't even need to block that. Looks like they have a combat trick, maybe? Hey there, Mark. How are you doing? That was fast, actually. You weren't abusing the speed limit, were you? You were driving at the proper speed limit to get back home from the party. I think you said you were. Was that last week that you were going? Or so we will do a. Who cares? Let's get a free card off the top here. Maybe. Alright, well, none of these are that great. We'll do the anthem, sure. What are the local speed limits? There's some places in the US, in some of the states where it's very open, open country to drive through. There's a speed limit posted, but they say no one really follows it. Kind of like the Autobahn, I suppose. Well, opponent, you're dead, but okay, very nice. Digging for those cards. Just digging for solutions. So, you haven't missed much. We're just doing the gold digging for the moment. Ooh, 800 gold on that. Play a little bit more to get one of those, then switch decks and such. And got a crack-a-pack to do. Gotta fix a drink in a moment. Can do other things as well that come to mind. Oh, actually, what I was doing what I was doing recently, which I haven't done in a little while, was climbing the ladder for those sweet rewards. And I was playing that mono-white Ulamog deck that I used to play. Remember that one? I changed it up a little bit by adding Zhalfirin Void, which is a land that lets you scry. So That's been a good addition because then it lets me craft the draws a little better. I also added that one other colorless land that that gives 2 life. And I remembered that with colorless life, with those colorless lands, they tap for double once you've got that one monument. In the open highway, it's 120k, and the urbans is 50k. I'll have to calculate that into my units, but okay, I believe you. Alright, what else? Opponent. So yep, turn 1 Tormod's Crypt is always annoying because then you have to be passing the priority on that. So hopefully the opponent will remember that you have the priority every single turn that you need to pass with that Tormod's Crypt. No, they're not going to. Okay, I'll help remind you that you have to pass priority opponent. Alright, so as long as I wait a bit, I can avoid paying the Sentinel, although I really want to play that Monument. Yeah, I guess I'll play the slow route. Oh, not good. Gotta get rid of that Dragon's Disciple. Gotta get rid of that Dragon's Disciple right away. Never mind. So they're probably gonna summon their Tiamat next turn. Well, not next turn, but soon. That dragon is annoying. Alright, then after that, cast Ow, and then start doing stuff. Got a big old dragon in the air, great. That is one of the most powerful dragons ever printed. But at least now I can block it. Although they have all the mana that they need now for their own commander. I guess what I'll do here is just pump up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 mana in total. Prismatic Bridge, that's horrible. I need some removal for that. There we go. Although I should save it for Tiamat. But free cards is not good. Attack with that, they probably won't block. If they do block, I'll just get some free stuff. And they might not have remembered that I've got Vigilance. So out of the various abilities, what does everyone like? Vigilance, Death Touch, Double Strike, etc. We'll just do a big ol' strike right here. They probably won't block with the... Yeah, they don't block with anything. Okay, good. Good. They have enough mana for their Tiamat. Okay, perfect. Rampage. Let's see, when was the last time Rampage was printed? Before, earlier on the stream, I had gotten curious about how many cards exist with the word tithe in the title. There's 13. 13 lucky cards with tithe. So very quickly, Archangel of Tithes, Blood Tithe, Blood Tithe Collector, Blood Tithe Harvester, Mana Tithe, Smothering Tithe, Soul Tithe, Spell Tithe, Enforcer, Syndic of Tithes, Good Old Tithe, Tithe Breaker Giant, Tithe Drinker, and Tithe Taker. This is the most times I've said tithe in my whole life. But anyway, Rampage. There are 21 cards with Rampage on the title. I don't even remember the Irathi Berserker, which was actually misprinted. Rathi Berserker. They didn't have the AE font, so they couldn't print it. It's not Rathi Berserker. It is Arathi Berserker, which is funny because in the flavor text, the AE is printable there, italicized, but not in the title. Arathi children who show promise are left to survive for a year in the wilderness. Those who return are shown the way of the Berserker, Rampage 3. Look at that bloody axe. And the blood flowing off the axe hits the edge of the red border there, and it makes it look like it's just going off the edge of the border. So whenever this creature becomes blocked, it gets +3/+3 until end of turn for each creature blocking it beyond the first. So if it got double blocked, it gets +6/+6. Amazing. Rampage was amazing. There is a typographical error in the title of the card so that the A does not appear. Anyway, the ones that I had, I forgot Chromium had Rampage. Rampage 2. So you're definitely trying to block that 7/7 in the air, and you block it double, and you get +4/+4. I remember Balduvan Warmakers. I had Chromium. I had Craw Giant. Gabriel Agent Fire. Oh, look at... Oh, no. I was going to say, look, they reprinted Rampage recently, but no, it's Rampager. Gorilla Berserkers. Oh, I remember that one. Love that one. The art on that. Horrible Hordes. Hunding Jorgensen, some of these legends. Oh yeah, I remember Marhalt, Esdril Santika's Dragon, Venom, Lure, and they go off. Definitely, that was the combo, even by itself, Lure and Venom, but then with Rampage. And then Rancor, right? Because then you need to get through to deal the damage. So let's do this. Show me the last Rampage card. Now, these that have Rampage in the name don't count. But what was, I guess, the uncard card name Elemental? Old Fogey, Greater Morphling. But the last regular card with Rampage was Tika's Dragon in Mirage back in 1996. Ooh, that classic art from Rapid Fire. Justin Hampton. That's some really cool cartoony art. It's realistic in a way of the anatomy and posing and such, but it's like pastel colors, skin tone looks good, the blue cloud background looks good, the cartooniness of just the rapid hitting of the sword and breaking the opponent's sword and everything. That's some classic cartoony art. Original wording: play before defense is chosen. Target creature gains first strike until end of turn. If the creature does not already have Rampage, then it also gains Rampage 2 until end of turn. Modern wording: cast a spell only before blockers are declared. So, okay, move to combat. Okay, pass priority. I assign these 7 blockers. Hold priority. Or I suppose you can hold priority and do this right away. Or I suppose I declare these 7 attackers. opponent passes priority, then hold priority, rapid fire, right? Because then right after that, you go into declare blockers step. So after I pass priority that these are my attackers, that's when I cast this, and not before they choose their blockers. Target creature gains first strike until end of turn. If it doesn't have Rampage, that creature gains Rampage too. Oh, actually, the vintage wording works just fine in modern times. Anyway, that was our digression into stuff. Let's get back and do a little bit more gameplay. Getting close to that gold. Then I'll take a break, get myself a drink. What is this? Okay, yeah, so they give you the bonus alchemy version. So the original card was 5 mana sorcery. This spell has flash as long as there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. The alchemy wording. This spell has flash as long as there are 5 or more manas in your graveyard. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a +1. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the... Okay, so this tweaked version brings it back to life plus a +1. So obviously Magic doesn't print very powerful reanimator spells like before, like Animate Dead and Reanimate and such, which were 2 mana. That's way too powerful nowadays. So now they print 5 mana reanimation, basically. And then they go on and tweak it with various ways. So like this, it could have flash, but you have to have 5 CMCs in the graveyard first. And even if it doesn't have flash, well, it's yet another reanimate. Hey there, Team Teeks, long time no see. I'm back on Twitch. So thanks for stopping by. So yeah, that's the updated version of the card. Amazing art by Liga Smilkskalne. Thank you. See, here's the backstory of what happened. I was using an app to multi-stream to both YouTube and Twitch. I have a much larger audience on YouTube, but I also wanted to stream to Twitch. So I was using this app or whatever to multi-stream. Well, the company got sold, and they completely shut down that system a month ago. So, oh, not a month ago. Yeah, a month ago or whatever. So then I stopped streaming in July, actually, as I saw my stats there. So I stopped multi-streaming to both because my app got shut down. So I started to look into it again about, are there any alternatives? And there are. So shout out to restream.io, which is what I'm using now to stream to both YouTube and Twitch. And now I'm back on both spots. So that's the long story. Good old school cards, they will still whoop the new school. Well, some of them, yes. Some of the old cards definitely outclass the newer cards, but some of them, some of the newer ones do teach an old dog new tricks. All right, so we're playing against Brokos. No turn, no early games here. Oh, look at the opponents. They have the little pumpkin Cerebus. That's perfect for. That's perfect for Halloween. All right, so turn 3, History of Benalia. They're passing somehow. Okay, so history. Probably a removal spell. Yep, 10 years to think about using your spell. Nice. Alright, so they're probably going to have a bunch of removal spells until the time comes to summon their commander if they pass again. Nope, they got it. Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. A bunch of removal spells until... that's the one you should have removed right there, friend. bunch of removal spells until the time comes. Hey there, Stevie, how are you doing? Just got home from your improv. Very nice. See, I got removal spells as well. But hope that went well on your improv. Here's a misplay. Oh man, I always do that. I don't know why I do that. Play the land as soon as you have a land. Play the land. Because I just gained life and I could have drawn a card off of it if I had 2 mana. I haven't played my land yet, so I could have played it. But I do that a little. I notice I do that a little too often. I don't know why I don't play my land as soon as possible. Because that happens enough times that I'm missing a land that I had in my hand. So, whoops. But that's okay. That's a pretty epic name. Apex of Forever. And they're going to have enough there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're going to have 5 mana next turn. But that's okay. I can exile it right now, actually. But let's do some of this. Simply playing a land makes my creatures big. So they're gonna play they're gonna do their mutate, and I'll have to sacrifice one of my poor creatures. I might sacrifice the commander to give me some value, but not yet. There we go. Obvious player is obvious. So they're gonna gain life, and then oh, that doesn't have the removal. Never mind. Okay, that wasn't too impressive. And I got double removal spells, so yeah, let's toy with them as a cat would. Don't put all your eggs in one brocos. Yeah, those Halloween pumpkins are pretty fun. It's the alternate pet. It's originally the, what's that one Cerebus imitation called? Kuranos, I believe. Kuranos. No, but I bet it was in. It was in, and now the opponent. You happen on a glade, choose a whatever, sure. That's game over for the opponent. I don't know why they're still struggling to play. They have no recourse at this point, unless those manas come in untapped. Yeah, Kunaros, not Kuranos, Kunaros. So let's see, does the opponent have one final trick up their sleeve? No, but they are passing. I know that this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna have a removal. They're gonna let me think that I'm about to win. Okay, here it is. I could attack right here. They're going to remove my commander. I'm going to do 6 damage. I could play this land and it's game over. I want to kind of toy with the opponent. We should just go for the sure thing. When I've toyed with the opponent, sometimes the tide turns. So let's just go for it. So even if they... Oh, okay, they had nothing at all, so never mind then. So yeah, these little pumpkin heads, that is the alternate art, the alternate pet for Kunaros. This is the original card, and you can get that pet on Arena, like I have my Black Lotus pet, but they got the version that's got pumpkin heads. So I don't think it's because it's Halloween. I think they just got the pumpkin version. But Kunaros, Hound of Athreos, 3 mana, 3/3, legendary creature Hound. Actually nowadays legendary creature Dog. They reworded all hounds to be dogs. Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. Creatures, cards in graveyards cannot enter the battlefield, and players cannot cast spells from the graveyard. So it protects the graveyard. Although it does hurt you as well. It is symmetrical, so if you've got graveyard shenanigans, it shuts down your graveyard. Obviously, you play this to shut down graveyard shenanigans, whereas you don't play it. But that's that. And here they put pumpkins. So close. Okay, probably just one more game, then I'm going to take a break. One more game to get that reward. Take a little break. Get a little drink. And keep playing. Oh, I forgot. Let's do one of these right here. Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief. Sir Slashy Mikadashi is the opponent. Alright, so here we have the SRAM's expertise. Make some little servo critters. Hey there, Sean O. Rover. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Do a little bit of Magic gameplay. Always bolt the bird, or absent the sapling. Yeah, that'll catch on. So here's the new. Oh man, this one, the art on this one always freaks me out. Plus, that's a really good card. So. Alright, so that little visitor there, I should have gotten rid of that one, because it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger so easily. See, there it is. It's already a 3/3. Hideaway 5, I have an answer for that, actually. With this devastating... Oh, they didn't attack. Okay, good. Well, I want to play that monument, but let's do this instead. Let's play this expertise, and then for free, let's get rid of that enchantment. Whoops. I'm doing fine. Just trying to get my daily rewards at the moment. Then I'm going to take a little break. Do more gameplay and the like. This might be the first time you visit live. I appreciate it. Hopefully you like my YouTube videos and the like. And you like hanging out with us live. Alright, so what does this do anyway? Flying. Whenever any player casts a spell that targets only a single creature, other than Ivy, you may copy the spell. That copy targets Ivy. Okay, so it literally steals spells. Pretty good. Uh-oh, we got a Tameo.
I am the hand that chronicles Phyrexia's rise.
R.I.P. Tameo.
I have learned all I revel in your minuscule victory.
What happened there? What did they do? Oh, they brought back exile target non-land permanent card with a mana value of X. Create a token that's a copy of it in your hand. Alright, cool. You got a free thing and did the thing. So that's a thing. I could actually block that. Yeah, let's block that. Why are we not quadruple blocking that? Alright, I think what I want to do... I guess I'll play the monument. Gives me a nice cost reduction. Plus a board state. Alright, so... Oh, I'm missing a land drop. I was going to say, if I had my 5th mana, I could do a lot of shenanigans with Owl, and then also the Felidar Retreat. Aw, man, Toski. Well, come on, 5th mana. I really need that 5th mana to get rid of Toski. That is one of the cards that just triggers me. I need to make a list. But that's one of the ones that just triggers me. I hate Toski. So come on, 5th mana. Come on, 5th mana. That's not a 5th mana. Okay, well... But... Cost reduction. Cost reduction saved me. There we go. They'll probably give it trample. No trample, okay. Yeah, they're going to do some sort of cool copy. Here we go. We got one of those mutates. Fine. You also mutate onto Ivy, I guess. That's no longer Ivy anymore, I guess. So did you lose the ability? I don't even know how that works. But okay. That's a thing you could do. Well, which Liliana? The new one, Liliana of the Veil. Yeah, you don't like it in Standard. Interesting. People were saying that it might not really make much of an impact on Standard because it's such a niche card to really play it well, and all of the original cards from back in Innistrad block are not around. So people were saying that it kind of wouldn't impact. But I could. Ooh, sorry, opponent. See, this is what happens when you when you think you take my opponent out. I mean, when you think you get my commander, then you get mess with the horn, mess with the bull, you get the horns. Mess with the owl, you get the dawn sky. Free spells are pretty good when I play them. If my opponent is playing free spells, then they're cheating. Uh-oh. Witness the future. Target player shuffles whatever. You look at the top 4, then put one of those into your hand, the rest at the bottom. Okay, no problem. You have 4 mana left. That's kind of really good for only 3 mana. Your favorite commander so far would be Vraska. You haven't found a second contender. Yeah, when you get that player death touch, it really does its thing. Vraska the Unseen. No, wait, Vraska the Unseen was the other one. Cunning Castaway? No, that's the Jace. What's the pirate Vraska? And then replay a whatever. Uh-oh, looking at my artifacts. Don't touch my artifacts. You're working on 4 whole commander decks. That's cool. What is going on here? You are targeting me? You look at the top 4 cards. Are you sure you wanted to do that, opponent? You made me draw a card? Huh, that's weird. Fine. I don't know, it feels like there were more shenanigans, but I don't understand it. Anyway, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Save that mana so that I can 4, 5, or I can get greedy. Now let's get greedy for next turn. All right. 4, 5. So next turn I'll play the retreat. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there you go. You got your Ivy again. What will you duplicate? Don't look at your hideaway. It's not going to help you, is it? Vesuvian Diplomacy. Alright, so Felidar, land, Bigify. Look at that doggy. Look at that doggy just chasing the spirits. Alright, what else, opponent? What else? Anyway, what does this Diplomancy do? Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single whatever, copy the whatever, except it's not a whatever. Okay, fine. So they're just gonna do a whole bunch of copies here. Let's see if this isn't too bad. This better be worth it. So first of all, they're getting in Irenice's vile duplication. So copy a copy of a copy. Okay, I don't think they're gonna go infinite here, but they're gonna make a whole bunch of copies of things. All right, let's give them. Let's let their dreams come true. Now they have a whole bunch of blockers, so okay. You would hate to have a Wrath of God here, but let's see what happens. +1s. Yes, actually, tell me. I forgot to say, yeah, tell me the commanders you're putting together. Alright, so make a little creature, gain some life, drop a land, make everything big, just go all in for some big attacks, YOLO. Probably want to double block that Manjara, that's drawing me cards. Yeah, there we go. Oh, they're single blocking. That's a mistake. You do want to, yeah. You do want to take out that Manjara. Anyway, I'm going to foretell that Starnheim Unleashed to make a bunch of angels later. Oops, we got that, which bounces. What are they going to bounce back? They're going to bounce back Owl. I guess multiple times. Oh, that's bad, actually. And that's just one bounce. Okay, that's not too bad. I guess it is multiple bounces. Never mind. That's annoying. One more bounce. Bounce the dog back. No, you're going to bounce the token. Uh-oh, opponent. You really got me there. Actually, that's going to be pretty annoying because the those sharks are just going to keep bouncing stuff, so that's actually going to be annoying. Tetsuo, Imperial Champion, fine. You're fine-tuning Hinata, building Toshiro, and Birgi. I have a Toshiro here on Arena, and it can win very, very well. So the that deck's got like a high percentage of wins just because the turn one. Well, let me play it right now. Actually, I said I was going to take a break, but let me play it one time here and see if. Oh, sorry, you said Toshiro Umezawa. I have Satoru Umezawa. Never mind. The last two are because your friend said there isn't a spell slinger in every monocolor. That's the cool thing about Magic and every format and such, right? That you can always make a cool concept and deck out of just about everything. So have at it. Now let me do one more thing here. I'm going to take a break actually. So let's do a shout out to recent subscribers. Thanks for the recent sub, Alan Hull. Totally appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the content on the channel. Hope to see you on a live stream at some point. And one more. Grimworks Pottery. Shout out to you and thank you for the recent follow. Enjoy the magic / comic books / film photography / whatever I have on my channel. But let's take a little break here. Gonna go fix up a drink. I'm gonna do a crack-a-pack. I have an IRL pack to open up right here of Dominaria United, a set booster. So we'll open that up in just a moment. And we'll open that up. Get my drink running. Get my drink working. And then we'll do some more magic gameplay, so BRB, talk amongst yourselves. All right, everyone, we are back. I just got my costume on. Happy Halloween, everyone. I am cosplaying as Evil Mage. And so, yeah, welcome. Anyone else also doing anything for Halloween? Are you casting some evil spells and going to fun parties and stuff? So, yeah, I'm going to do the rest of the stream in costume. And so we'll do it like that. See, I do have to see what I'm doing, but this looks pretty cool, right? So welcome everyone back to the stream, and I got my beverage right here. I've conjured a beverage right here. Conjured a beverage. It's a rum and coke without the rum or coke. So let's switch over here to the card cam. Let's conjure the card cam, and we'll look at some cards. I'll do a crack-a-pack, and we'll do a crack-a-pack of Dominaria United, the set booster. You're too old at the ripe old age of 17. Well, I got a couple years ahead of you, and it's okay. I can tell you right now that you can still dress up if you want. So, I got a booster pack of Dominaria United set booster, so it's full of so much fun stuff. Let's open this up, then we'll get back to the gameplay. We'll do some commentary on what cool things we get here. So, first of all, there's an art card, which works as a nice proxy. Basically, it's a full art card that looks really nice. I don't know what card this is, though. It says back here that is the Shadow Prophecy. And then we get a cool swamp. That'll work great in my various black decks. Johann Voss is the artist on that. Captain's Call, 4 mana, sorcery, create 3 soldiers. That's one of the cards that I've got on that one. Tokens deck that I use. You don't dress up in New Zealand? What is going on there? We got to introduce dressing up to the Southern Hemisphere. You got to dress up and then go door to door. Do you do the door to door, going door to door and getting the candy part? And got a little back pain there, and back pain, yeah. So take up the shield. Oh yeah, this has got some really sad flavor text here. You're all part of my pride. As long as I live, I will protect you. But then he gets Phyrexianified. Whoops. 2 mana, instant, put a +1 on a creature. It gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Radiant Grove, a brand new dual land over here. It's a forest and a plain, and it enters tapped. Yavimaya inhabitants are dedicated to protecting its unspoiled jungle from the scourge of artifacts. Barkweaver Crusher, it's a 4 mana elemental warrior with Enlist. It's a 2/5. If this plus another creature attacks, it gets stronger. So this is the vaguely fixed banding, but not really. So you got a spot of insomnia as well. Well, I have a friend that every time, she says that every time that I talk Star Trek to her, it puts her to sleep. So maybe you just gotta hire me on Cameo to record a few Star Trek synopses, and that might help your insomnia. Choking Miasma, 3 mana. Kicker, an extra green. If this was kicked, put a +1 on one of your creatures, and every creature gets -2/-2. The Phyrexians were as surprised as anyone to discover they still needed to breathe. Well, we got a legendary here. Tori, the Evenant Fury Rider. Get that in focus, please. Legendary creature, Human Knight, Vigilance and Trample, 3/3. When Tori attacks, all other attacking creatures you control get +1. Other red creatures gain Trample, untap other white creatures. I don't see this card being played anymore, but when Dominaria United first came out, everyone was playing this or trying to play this card. It just looked like it had a lot of value, but I haven't really seen people play this too much. There are Halloween parties and such, but they're usually private parties. Then we've got Knights of Dawn Light, 2 mana, Human Knight, 2/2 for strike. If you would gain life, you gain that +1. 2 mana, gets +1 until end of turn. Oh, this is the brand new Pump Knights. So compared to the vintage Pump Knights, this is 2 mana, first strike, plus also life stuff. Ooh, we got a really nice looking Stained Glass Wrath, Weatherlight Stalwart. 2 mana, Human Wizard, 1/3. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you may tap up to 2 untapped creatures you control if you do draw a card. So you can tap itself plus something else. You get the travel. Hope you get to travel. You want to go to New Zealand at some point. High up on your list. Yes, very nice. 5 mana, creatures you control get +1 and vigilance until end of turn. So then you have some a cool anthem effect built in as well. Then we go over to, then we got over here another beautiful stained glass art. This is King Darien, the blah blah blah-ish. That is the, what is that again? 10, 5, 5, 10, 5, 50, 40, the 48th. King Darien, the 48th. 3 mana, human soldier. Other creatures get a +1. Pay 5 mana, put a +1 on Darien, and create a soldier. Sacrifice Darien, all your creatures gain indestructible and hexproof. What a guy. And then we got the rare Radha's Firebrand. 2 mana, human warrior, 3/1. Whenever this attacks, target creature defending player controls with power less than Radha can't block. And then Domain, 6. This gets +2 until end of turn, and it costs 1 less if you domain. So theoretically, if you're playing a 5-color deck, this can cost a single red mana. And that for a single red mana, you can +2 her. So let's say you had 6 mana, you would +12, +12. Activate, oh, never mind. Activate only once each turn. Well, this is horrible. This is a horrible card. If you can only do it once, even if domain of 2, you pay 3 to give her +2/+2 one time, you get a 5/3. Still kind of fragile. So yeah, this is a really bad card, and it's a rare. So thank you, Wizards of the Coast. Then we get a foil, common, destroy evil. Amazing foil on that. 2 mana, instant, choose either destroy a big creature or an enchantment. Sarah's Grace most often manifests as a healing touch, but it may also grant a merciful death. And then the final card is from the list. There's one of these reprints. Whoops. There's one of these reprints from some random set. This came back from Plane Shift, Planar Chaos. I think that's Planar Chaos, right? Double black, Dash Hopes. Instant. When you play this, any player may pay 5 life. If a player does, counter Dark Hopes. Counter target spell. Ooh, look at that. It's the black mana counter spell. So double black instead of double blue. Yeah, this is Planar Chaos, where they chaotically made a whole bunch of this is in 2007. So they chaotically made, they upended the color pie, because obviously double blue counterspell, double black counterspell, but with the caveat of if you pay 5 life, you counter the counterspell. So it's not really worth it because the opponent will almost always pay 5 life, obviously unless they have 5 life. And it's so situational because you can't force them double black to instantly deal 5 damage. No. Double black to counter their spell. You're either gonna counter their amazing spell or pay 5 life. So I don't know, Mark, you were playing during this time, right? Did this ever really do anything during that time? It just really feels like it wasn't worth it. Focus an enemy's mind on what's already gone, and it's easier to take away more. And that was Holux, Stranglehold Racketeer. So that was my pack right there of Dominaria United. Cool art and stuff, but nothing really stands out for me to put in any of my decks. What about all of you? Are there any cards in there that would sound good in your decks? Maybe that dual land. Maybe do something with these fun legendaries. But, yep, that was the pack. Let's get back to the gameplay. Back to the gameplay and back to my drink. Back to my elixir. It was used but not often. You played it in green. Interesting. Okay, so what are we playing over here? Let's see the those alt cards. Yeah, exactly. The art definitely looks nice. All right, so in honor of Halloween, I'm going to play one of these mono black decks. Paging Professor Onyx. Let's play a nasty mono black deck. And while the opponent is picked, let's do another shout out to a recent subscriber, Harry Catrell. Thank you for the recent sub. All right, so we have Kelaine. This one's annoying. They go first. So let's see. Can we pull some removal here after a mulligan? Not really, but okay. We'll give that a shot. So they're going to play their Kelaine right away. I'm going to ramp with Arcane Signet. So the annoying part with Kelaine is that right away they can resummon it pretty fast. And it makes a lot of mana quickly. See, they already have a Shieldred right there. Well, I got an answer. So we'll do a Do Not Care. So what do you want to do? Get rid of your Kelaine or get rid of Shieldred? They're probably going to get rid of, yeah, Kelaine. They can summon it easily. And then they'll probably recast Kelaine, and then I guess I'll Bantu's Last Reckoning. No, they played a tap land. Okay, we got the Professional Brawler. Well, that'll be annoying. But I got the Finishing Blow. Yeah, it's getting out of hand. Their deck is a mishmash of junk, but we've got the got removal that way. Hopefully we get the third mana. If I get the third mana, well, I guess I gotta play the Mastermind Tome. So yeah, that Kelaine just comes back so quickly. Horror deck. Okay, well, yeah, let's think about that. Let's make a horror deck. Let's think about making a horror deck in a moment. All right, so as I said earlier, the drink of the day, the drink of the night is, yeah, that deck has crazy ramp. Commendable. Yeah, this opponent's definitely too good. Kelaine is always a problem, especially if they go first, because it just ramps so well. Got that Shieldred so fast. Let's give it a shot with... Oh, there we go. That's the card that I just opened up in the packs right there. Tori. Second turn, Sleeping Dart. Then we've got the... Just setting up. Turn 3, nothing special. We're going to attack with that Sky Knight. I'll have to sleep dart it. Pickaxe, that's pretty good. Gotta settle the score. Eventually, I've got... We're just gonna keep their equipping that pickaxe. That's actually pretty good. That pickaxe is pretty good for building mana quickly. I just need my 6th mana, then Professor Onyx is ready to go. Novice Knight's pretty cool. If you equip it, it can attack. If I get my 6th mana, it would be a shame that all your creatures suddenly die. Well... There we go, there's the 6th mana. So Sir Alan comes in, do a little damage, who cares? Break the ice. And then next turn, if they summon their commander, I'll summon Professor Onyx. Equip that. Whoops, opponent, you... Omae wa mou shinderu. Don't you see what I've got? Don't you read other people's cards?
New job, well done.
And we got another Liliana right there. So, Sean, oh man, that's got haste. Fine.
Thank you for all the kindness.
What a surprise that would have haste. Okay, that doesn't have haste. But I've got removal. So I was saying earlier, I didn't get the... so it's a rum and coke, but without the rum or the coke. It is vodka and Dr. Pepper. So I'm worried here. Something. Let's make some zombies. It's not a big zombie-focused deck.
The dead are loyal.
But we'll make a few zombies as blockers. Again, opponent. Do you even know my cards?
Lilian, sorry, you don't make the grade.
If not, I will be happy to teach you.
Another minion never hurts.
Oh, I got the combo right here. I just saw there I've got the combo. I've got the Underworld combo instant kill. Destroy all creatures. Fine. Professor Onyx is not happy. And then the final 2 cards in hand. Whoops. What do you get to discard? Stuff. Yeah, we got the back and forth going on here. Next turn, they're dead. Ah, man, there goes my Bolus Citadel. Oh, well. Anyway, next turn, they're dead. So they just don't know it. Yeah, I have this completely locked down. If they don't destroy that Underworld dreams are dead, as we've seen before. And they lost their will to live. Yeah, I got it all locked down because then just Professor Onyx will... Everything's got its... You know, we've got the Liliana Death Mage kill. We've got a bunch of zombies. We got the -7 from Liliana Death Majesty to destroy all non-zombies. We got pull a... I could do the -3, but... So anyway, yeah, we had it completely locked down. They didn't get to see the full majesty of that old Abyss combo. And that deserves a... Getting closer on that... getting closer on that... rewards of the day, and I'm not even halfway through my drink. It is already transporting me to the underworld. Alright, so Balmor, Battle Mage, Captain. Got some removal there, and turn 4 and 5. Let's see how that works. Go blank on turn 3. Little sprite that's going to get big and annoying quickly. Whenever you cast an instant, all your creatures get a +1 and trample. So, yeah, that's enough to cast the commander, then cast the prowess spell. If you have it. Thank you, GG's. Okay, so they're gonna do it. I guess not. Never mind. Okay. Anyway, I'm missing a land drop. Hopefully that's not... Hopefully I get my 4th mana next turn, then I can remove their commander. So this go blank. Oh, they put that Drake in the graveyard, and they forgot, I guess, that then it exiles their graveyard. So that might have been their mistake. Oops, 4 mana for something good. Nope, Murmuring Mystic. Actually, that is good. So gotta get rid of that. But I missed the land drop. So let's try to draw cards. There's a land. Okay. So they're going to make at least 1 bird. Then I've got to exile that. Passing with all open mana. Amazing. Okay, well, let's tuck that away there, and let's try to do a triumph. No counter spells. That's weird. That's funny. They're returning their own creature, but they get a bird, so I guess that works. They should probably... I was going to say they should probably sacrifice their commander. They can just bring it back next turn. That one's a little bit too valuable to let it get sacrificed. Whenever you cast an instant, this gets +2. Yeah, they should have sacrificed their commander. They could have just brought it back right away. Although now that Gutter Snipe is annoying, so... Let me get rid of it, please. Yeah, okay, so... We'll have this... Nah, we'll do it this way. Just get rid of it right away. Oops. Oops. That was a mistake. I had one more mana to play the Universal Solvent, but I guess. Oh, we got a Jaya. Rest in peace. 4 abilities Jaya.
Fighting everything with fire burns
Create
all
some
your
monks, then later on prowess
bridges. Taught
them.
everything they know.
Well, I guess I should get rid of that Jaya. That'll get out of hand.
We have
I'm already at 10.
left to discuss.
I'm already at 10 life. Okay, well, I've got to start to do stuff. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power. Okay, that's not going to be so good. They've all got a power of 1, so they'll just choose their 1/1. Down to 8 life. Okay, where is my board wipe? Not a board wipe, but...
Run now, and I might spare your life.
Oops, got a little hexproof going on there, and GG. Speaking of Jaya, I got a booster pack right there for my game, plus a Karn Silex. Is one of those Silexes. How many Silexes are there in the world of Magic? Let's take a little detour over here. Let's take a detour to see how many Silexes exist. And I think it's got a couple of spellings. Golgothan Silex, Karn's Silex. So the classic Silex, all cards from the Antiquities expansion, including this, must be discarded from play. So it's the classic card that destroys all of the Antiquities cards. Well, the new Silex, this enters tapped. Players cannot pay life to cast spells or to activate abilities, so basically it turns off Phyrexian mana. And then X, tap, exile this, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X or less, only as a sorcery. So it's a big ol' reset, plus it turns off Phyrexian mana. I believe Silex is also spelled with a K and a C, but I don't think there's any Kylexes in Magic, or Silexes. And just for fun, if we look up Silex in the world, here we go. Kylix. Here's the real world one. In pottery of ancient Greece, a kylix, also a silex or kylix, is the most common type of wine drinking cup. It has a broad, relatively shallow body raised on a stem from a foot and usually 2 horizontal handles disposed symmetrically. The main alternative wine cup shape was the cantharos, with a narrower and deeper cup and high vertical handles. There we go. Classic. That's from 320 BCE. Amazing. Amazing that that beautiful artifact still survives thousands of years later. I wonder how much reconstruction it has. Because obviously this is extremely fragile to survive 2,000 years. That's some interesting stylization there. That looks like it could have been drawn nowadays too. And then just the classic black and tan colors of those ancient artifacts. And that was our historical diversion. Back to some gameplay. So the If you heard that, the cat knocked over something, I don't know what. But I've been recently playing on the ladder with this mono white Ulamog deck. Opponents either completely getting wrecked when I make millions of mana and summon huge things like Ulamog. Gabe said he was going to be at a party and then come later to the stream, but let's see if he makes it. Anyway, so I'm just going to try to make a whole bunch of mana and do crazy things. The opponent is playing like multicolored good stuff, it seems. Let's see if I can outrace them. Turn 3 Power Stone. Double World Trees. So surprising it's not legendary. Passing priority A. There we go. We're ramping really nicely here. 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Forsaken Monument. Next turn. We got a Chandra. I guess that'll be annoying for a bit, but
I knew
double red.
is gonna hurt.
Faithless Looting. Okay. The height of annoyance would be that they play a second Faithless Looting. Oops, they dropped a Valky. That's interesting. Idiot. Okay, so missed a land drop, but that gives us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That gives us 9 mana. If I can get one more mana, I got Ulamog ready to go.
Today's my lucky day.
One more mana, Ulamog ready to go. Let me recount. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. One more mana, I got Ulamog. If I can't get Ulamog, I have Ugin. Close enough. Yeah, what is his opponent doing? Just a bunch of interesting stuff. Triumphant Reckoning, what is that? And then Mizzix Master. Okay, so they get to play that for free. Oh, okay, they're bringing back that stupid Splendor of whatever, Overwhelming Splendor. That does nothing. Who cares about that? Let's give him, and I missed a land drop. Let's give him a, who cares? Anyway, I guess playing this is better than nothing.
Power without wisdom is the path of the fool.
This was a waste of my time.
Alright, so one more mana, and then we'll exile stuff. There's a Professor Onyx. Fine.
Witherbloom is just as dark and musty as I remember.
Alright, so one more mana, one more mana. We got it. We got it. One more mana. Shouldn't be too hard.
Oh, there has to be an answer here.
The deck has a million mana,
Such a
but
disruption.
Ignore my draconic talents.
alright, we can still do it. We've got all the mana now. We just need to pass the turn, and hopefully it's not so bad. So how's everyone doing so far? Have a good week, weekend, etc. How's it going for everyone?
Let's go digging.
This opponent. They sacrificed their own Ugin. Okay. Must have something even better, I guess. And they recast that. Oh my god. Fine, we'll do it that way.
Balance in all things. Ghost fire, my greatest creation.
Fine.
Endings
I'm taking the day
are
off.
inevitable. My flames burn beyond perception.
Been working on a walking stick. It's gonna take some time. Got a Chandra. As long as you don't damage that Ugin, I guess we'll be okay. Nope, it
Glad
does
I
do
could
the
help with
damage.
your
Okay.
not being on fire problem.
Proceed in my stead, Planeswalker.
So I can't sacrifice. Each enchanted player loses abilities and it can be activated. Okay, well, GG opponent. Play one more game, then take a little break. Do a couple more things. If you all want to let me know what you want to do, or I'll just keep playing. We'll play a little bit more. Photon Torpedoes is the opponent. Alright, so we're playing with a slow opponent, but with flash creatures, so that's amazing. Alright, so give me some ideas. What does that mean? What's going to be horror about it? Give me a starting point. There's a million ways to start a horror deck, so let's do some sort of starting point. Okay, cool. So we got a little bit of mill, and then a little bit of venture. Well, that was all bark and no bite. That's what I'm telling you. Slow player with flash creatures, amazing. Innistrad isn't fully on Arena, so we'll have to go to the next... Oh, okay, original Innistrad, yeah, but then we did return to Innistrad recently, so... Yeah, we can look at some scary Innistrad cards, some zombie cards, and the like. We'll look about that in a moment. So the opponent, what does this saga do here? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, exile a top card of that player's library face down. You may look at it as long as it remains exiled. Alright, so they stole 2 cards, and then eventually, 3 mana, creatures you control have menace, and then 4 more mana, you may play cards that you stole. So eventually when they play, so they need to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They need to pay 9 mana in total to be able to then have the ability to play the 2 cards that they stole. So that's a lot of mana, but you know, in a game in this format, it's doable. So again, this opponent, I swear, like, what are you even doing here? Alright, so you finally played your card. You have 1 black mana. I don't know if they've played they didn't play a land. Pausing for priority for 1 black mana. That's obviously Village Rites. Obvious player is obvious. Play that. Is that enough mana? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's okay. That's enough mana to start to do some wacky stuff. So Ulamog next turn. Eventually, 10 years from now, once the opponent passes to my turn. Moving to combat. All right, let's exile both of their islands. They're probably gonna counterspell it, but then they don't have islands anymore. That's funny that even if you counterspell it, it still does its thing. Steal another card. Maybe you want to pay for your mana there. Yeah, they're gonna pay for it. Okay, fine. Single black mana. There we go. No blue mana. 3 black mana. Bog Wraiths. Steal another thing. Sure. Stealing my stuff is nice, but how about losing half your deck? Draw a few more cards here. Double Ulamogs. Okay. They're completely dead unless they have a blocker. Well, sometimes I wonder about the opponents. Anyway, let's take our another break. I need to refill my drink, and we'll come back and maybe build some decks, make some more gameplays, and the like. So be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. Now, it was a little hard to play with that cloak of evil upon me, so hopefully you all enjoyed me cosplaying as Evil Mage there. I wasn't Evil Mage, I was cosplaying as Evil Mage. But it was hot, and it's also impeding my ability to see and play, so how does Evil Mage do it? Anyway, yeah, let's try to do some sort of maybe Halloween sort of decks sort of thing. And here's something that I thought of. Speaking of bog wraith, it's not an arena, but we can do this. If we look up bog wraith, that can give us the idea. Oh, I never even saw that art. I of course knew this classic bog wraith art from back then. Never even saw that art. She died in the swamp, and so will you. So the biggest thing about it is that it's creature type wraith with swamp walk, which they don't really do anymore. So I was going to say, depending on the various creature types and abilities and such that we can find, maybe we could build some sort of scary, spooky deck. But you know what? Actually, instead of building one, Instead of building one, I already have a sort of spooky, witchy deck. Remember, I made this Witch's Coven deck. Let's play that a moment, and then we'll think about building a deck and such. But this is this deck that I had here that it was full of the creepies and the crawlies and the witches and all of that. So let's play that for a moment. Because I remember building that one and putting witches into it and rats and bats. Oops, switch back to the game, sorry. Back to the game here. So let's play this deck for a moment. It's mono black. It's just full of bats and rats and spooky things and witches and stuff. See right there, there's a scary zombie and all that stuff. So let's play this for a moment and then think about making some kind of deck as well. You gotta turn one play, I gotta turn one play. So this coven is pretty fun. It's one witch comes out and then the whole witch squad shows up as well. Out of all days, today YouTube recommended you a really old funny sketch you love watching endless times from Living Color. Ha ha, homie the clown, that's so
You wanna
fun.
fight me and there are no lone
Uh-oh.
wolves here.
We're in danger here. But I guess we'll pay this.
Back to the woods.
Anyway, yeah, homie the clown, Damon Wayans, extremely funny. I remember watching that show. So obviously there was Saturday Night Live, that was the big sketch show, and then there was In Living Color, and we got the Wayans brothers from there, we got Jim Carrey from there, we got all of that amazing stuff. And In Living Color comeback would be pretty cool. And there were just so many variety of actors with characters. All right, we got the witches online. Let's see what we get here. Witch, please. Oh yeah, we'll do discard. Yeah, we'll do double discard. I love how they cackle. That has haste. Yeah. Another haster. Specialize? What's going on here? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on here. Discard everything, so that was a mistake. Welcome back. So I'm playing this, you know, speaking of scary decks and stuff, I'm playing this witch deck, and it's got scorpions and bats and rats and black cats and witches and stuff. So it was a deck that I had previously made, but we're giving it a shot here.
Boo and I are ready to rumble!
Never heard that before.
We are large and in charge.
So that was a Gruul deck that was a little too aggro for me to handle. So let's try that again with... Oh, that's a nice note right there. Players with mythic orange names are Wizards employees. It hasn't happened too often, but I have had... Oh yeah, so you might have been out when I had said this. So if you came back, welcome back to the stream. But I had said I had to take off the Evil Mage cosplay just because it was impeding my ability to see and play and drink, and it was also hot. So I don't know how Evil Mage is able to do it 24/7. So I had to take off the Evil Mage cosplay for the moment, and going back to normal. All right, mono black versus mono red. Oh look, they have one of these little demon cat. One of the little Ikoria demon cat pets. I have a feeling it's going to run. Yeah, see, there he goes. Oh, it's actually... I've never really actually even seen that. It's just a strolling little demon cat. And we can try to pet it. Let's try to pet it. It's funny that sometimes the animation doesn't trigger. Alright, so if they attack with that 1/1, they'll probably then do the extra ping onto the skeleton. Doesn't matter, it can come back. If they do that extra ping on the reassembling skeleton. So anyway, I got skeletons in this deck, I've got witches in this deck, and warlocks. So this is definitely my Halloween themed deck. Now Halloween, what are the colors that most of you would say? Which are the colors that most of you would say are Halloween colors? Red or orange and black, right? I would say that Halloween colors are orange and black. So black is a color of magic. Orange isn't, but red. So what about a red-black Halloween deck? Oh, poor goblin. It must really trigger you to not be able to hastily attack. Well, oftentimes it picks off what your final Llanowar elf or whatever, but it's not doing so well this time because I've got Plenty of blockers and the like. There we go, we got Krenko. I get 1 more mana and then you're in trouble. Actually, the thing to be worried about is that Goblin War Chief, not Krenko. I mean, the Goblin War Chief is the one to be worried about, not that Arsonist. Now, it's going to do 1 final damage to that skeleton. Who cares? These can all come back to life. But what I need to get rid of is that hasty War Chief, and then I missed a land drop. So, let's draw a card. There's another card that I need. To the battlefield, to your hand. Put that back in the battlefield. Changelings were a mistake. That's a whole lot of goblins there. I would hate that suddenly I get a wrath. Never mind. Because of that haste, it's just if they didn't have that haste goblin, it wouldn't have gotten out of hand. So does everyone on the stream know that this weekend is currently happening the Magic 30th anniversary convention in Las Vegas? I'm sure all of you pro Magic players in the stream know about that, right? Show of hands, tell me there in the chat. How many of you know or knew that the big Magic tournament, the big Magic convention is happening this weekend? You've been out of the loop for ages. Yeah, it just trickles into me because I'm on various social networks, and it is something that I knew about. So here in Las Vegas, it's technically next year, isn't it? Next year is the actual tournament. I mean, the next year is technically the... Next year is the official 30th, because it debuted in 1993. Skeleton Archer deals 1 damage to that little imp. Fine. What else? Well, you can do your little sacrifice ability there. Let me point it out to your opponent. Obviously, you know what you're doing with your own deck. You're taking 10 years to do anything, so obviously you know what your deck is. Guess not. So I've been seeing a few people's tweets and stuff about the event. There's been some amazing cosplay. Someone actually dressed up as Ashiok, and with smoke coming out of their head and everything, like Ashiok. So that's cool. I think there's like a prize of $3,000 for the first place cosplay. 2,000, 3,000, something like that. You can get a lot of cash for the highest, for the best cosplay. Various tournaments and fun stuff happening there at the moment. All right, so as for me, what do I want to do next turn? Guess I can play that dragon, obelisk. Anyway, you get to discard a card, opponent. Alright, so here's the big brain tech. I'm going to attack with the main coven. If they block that, I can just resummon it easily and get 2 more witches that also have cool abilities. So I guess you'll do the sacrifice. Okay, fine. We'll give you a yay. That was amazing, opponent. Although they have massive card advantage, so let's see what happens. Strike me down and I will be more powerful. Okay, so they will. Exile target creature, planeswalker, return creature, whatever to your hand. They're going to return one of these zombie creator things. Who cares? So I'll bring that back to my hand. I can resummon it easily. And once again, I'll just bring back more of the Coven squad with even more devastating effects. So perhaps think a little bit harder than that, opponent. But let me see if my mana is okay. 6, 7. I need 8 mana. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I've got plenty of mana. So no problem. We can afford to crack a Mind Stone. Alright, we got a little rat right there. We'll give them one of these mic drops. Okay. Fine, we'll give him a good game. It's just so funny to think about the opponents that every single action is a brand new adventure. Sure, zombies on the ground are amazing, but if you don't have air defenses... Then again, I bring back this coven, no problem, and I just build up even more witches. Plus mill. All right, so I have 5 witches on the battlefield. They have 2 zombies. They have 8 life. They have 6 mana. They've got 4 cards in hand. They have an Erebos, which hasn't come to life yet. I've got my Unstable Obelisk, which will destroy any permanent except that indestructible one. I don't know. Let's see if the opponent realizes that all is lost, because there's plenty of witches to destroy. They all do amazing things, but do you have enough mana for everything? Damage isn't removed from whatever. Oh my god, that's so worthless. That's worthless also. Well, I guess what you wanted to do is bring Erebos to life. Who cares? Then you got a skeleton. Who cares? Attack me with a 5/6. Who cares? And they don't attack, and then my witches just do amazing things. Alright, so you get to discard like 2 cards. You get to deal 3 damage unless you sacrifice creatures. And then when you sacrifice those creatures, Erebos will lose... Oh no, you get milled, yeah. And then 1 more. And then all your graveyard gets exiled. Beautiful. Alright, so I don't know what else you want, opponent, here. Let me destroy something to just get Erebos offline. 1 less blocker, and then, like, I don't know, go all in with an Alpha Strike. You sort that out. Math is for blockers. So let's see, if I was on their side, what would I do? I guess I would block... I don't know, what would I even do here? This is all too devastating. So you want to keep the patient 0 so that damage isn't removed. Therefore, you cannot block anything of mine, because even the 1/1 is a death touch, so you don't block anything there. That's a 1, and they just took 10 years to decide that they lost the will to live. Okay. Now, is the stream okay? I'm getting a little notification here that my stream quality is bad or unstable. Oh, I guess it's back to green. Is everything okay there? Did the stream slow down or something, but everything's good again? Thank you. Yeah, for a moment my stream got wonky, but I think we're good now. Did anyone experience any weirdness for a moment? Still going? Okay. Getting red again. Okay, is my stream okay again? Again, it's telling me stream quality is bad. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I suddenly dropped 9,000 frames of stream quality. But if it isn't evident on your side, then we'll be okay. Good on your end. Okay. We'll just keep going. The chittering witch with all her little rat friends. That's kind of a waste of mana there, but okay. I'll give you a... Okay, I guess that was a great strategy there. I guess they were really, really worried about a death touch creature. Oops, yeah, you should be worried. But I got removal too. Mana Geode. Thank you. Hopefully I'll be able to do stuff. Guess we'll play with this witch. I don't use this one very much, so we'll give it a shot. What does she do again? Sacrifice any creature. Target creature gets -2. Okay, yeah, thanks for coming by. See you in class next time. Sorry, little witch. I mean, little... Huh, was that a mistake or something? Target creature gets -2 until end of turn. When this dies, create stuff. Huh, that's weird. Why didn't it give them any... Oh well. Okay, I got 6 mana for the Coven. Got some scry action going on. Got 3 witches on my side. Teysa doesn't really do much unless you've got creatures to do stuff with. And then you got 6 damage right here. That's 6 damage. That's game over, right? Because then I play this and everything gets big and then we just attack with everything. So deal with that and then they're done. What set is that Coven from? That one is... what symbol is that? That's the recent Dungeons and Dragons set. Let's look it up over here. Dungeons and... the second D&D set. Let's look it up over here. Yeah, it's been a pretty fun card. Our Glass Coven. Oops, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I blame you. Yeah, I'm in the wrong cam over here. What am I doing? There we go. Anyway, I blame you over here. So, Hourglass. How many hourglass cards? There's only 3 hourglasses in the whole world of Magic, and there was only 1 hourglass for like 20 years. Infinite Hourglass. I love that card. Not the art. Fuck the artist. You know, sorry for the language, but Harold McNeil is a certified Nazi, literally. So fuck this artist. Anyway, Infinite Hourglass. Classic card from Ice Age. During your upkeep, put a time counter on Infinite Hourglass. During any upkeep, any player may pay 3 to remove 1 counter. All creatures get +1 for the number of counters on it. So then they change the art to a not Nazi later. So that's the one you want. But yeah, that is a completely weird card. I'm starting to glitch. Sounds like Max Headroom. Yeah, my app tells me my frames are dropping, so I'm doing the Max Headroom impression, unfortunately. So maybe after a certain amount of time, things glitch out, but I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, so maybe we'll just play a little bit more, see how it goes, and if it keeps glitching, I might kind of wrap it up and such, but we've been playing for a little while anyway. But anyway, Infinite Hourglass was a card that was out there since 95, and then the only other hourglasses they've ever printed were recently Gerard's Hourglass Pendant, printed in Dominaria United, and then before that they printed this, which one right here, the Hourglass Coven. Oh, okay. This is one of these cards that only exists in Arena. It doesn't exist in paper, because it is one of these very random cards that is very hard to play in real life. When the Hourglass Coven enters, draft a card from the Hourglass Coven spellbook twice, then put them to the battlefield. So this is that digital only card with draft, which lets you look at a spellbook of 15 predetermined cards 3 are randomly presented to you, and then you pick one. So it's not a physical card. It is only arena. It's related to alchemy. All the time I'm always complaining about alchemy, and I hate 99% of alchemy, and this is the 1% that I don't hate. This is one of the few cards of alchemy that I don't hate. But I hate 99% of the alchemy cards because they're all so random and such. This is already a random game that I don't want to further add randomness to. But here you can randomly pick one of these 9 cards. Yeah, that's why it's not on Puzzle Quest. That rum and coke without the rum and coke is really doing its job. So I'll try not to make too many mistakes. But we'll play a little bit more with these witches in honor of Halloween. So as per my stats, it's only you and me, Mark, but that's okay. We'll play a little bit more over here, and maybe if you got your family also huddled around the TV or the iPad or wherever you show me at, enjoying the stream. So we got a scary little skeleton here, a persistent specimen. Next turn, Cauldron. No, Cauldron's not that great, actually. We will do the aggressive. Oops, actually I should have sacrificed my... I can still do it. Yeah, let's sacrifice this specimen. I should have done it. I should have done it at the end of my turn. I thought it did something else. I thought this was the Wraith effect. Oh my god, this is devastating right here. Wow, this is devastating. 2 creatures that'll come back to life, and then I have this sack outlet. And they pass. Everyone's out at the moment. Yeah, no problem. That's got Death Touch, so we just put out a bunch of things. Well then, if it's just us, let's catch up about life and such. How's life and such at the moment? I had a lot of work to do at the college this week. 2 weeks ago, I had uh-oh, Marwin. Uh-oh. Well, they have a lot of mana, but what are they ramping into? Well, they had a lot of mana. So I teach at the local college. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we had one of these outreach events of welcoming the local high school. That's a 10-10. We had welcoming the local... sure, that's a 10-10, but Death Touch takes care of that. Welcoming the local counselors to... See, that doesn't draw you cards if it gets exiled. pro tip. Welcoming the local counselors to promote our classes at the college to the high schoolers. That was a nice event. We've been starting to do more stuff in person recently, safely with masks and such. And that was a nice event. I've been I've been teaching since 2000. Oops, what's going on here? I've been teaching since 2007, and then the pandemic then moved everything to online. So I was one of the, I think, to toot my own horn, I think I was one of the more tech-savvy instructors that was able to transition my classes online pretty easily. I know a lot of the more old-school instructors struggle with this newfangled technology, even though technology, we're in the 21st century. People shouldn't be so untech savvy nowadays, especially instructors. But I moved my classes online. It went fine. And that was starting in March 2020. So between March 2020 and this semester, basically all my classes have been online now. And now they've started to put them back little by little, a little bit in person. So it's kind of interesting to be on campus again. Although I did give all my students, Stevie actually is one of my students at the moment. I did give all the students the option if they want to come in person or come to the class online. And in the beginning, people were in person, but as the semester's gone on, more people have been doing it online, and that's fine with me. If people do their work. They don't have to be there physically. Driving, parking, the bus, etc. is a burden. So if people do it online, it's fine, as long as people do their homework. But it's been interesting to come back on campus for a semester now. And at the same time that we're getting a lot of construction happening on campus. So I used to teach in room 223 between 2007 and 2022. Oh, well, 2020. Then we went online. And it's been interesting because now we've been getting a lot of construction happening on campus. Our IP room 223, it's been now it's completely torn down because we're getting new buildings. So that room where I used to be a student in like 1999, and then I've been an instructor since 2007 to 2022, has been razed, and then now we're getting brand new buildings soon. And it's bittersweet because I've been a student or an instructor in that quadrant of the campus for 15 years. And it's surreal when I would go to campus to see the demolition crews demolishing the demolishing the buildings, and onward and upward, because the new buildings will be coming up. And I've been taking photos and such to kind of document the changes and such. My office is still there, but it's not long for this world because in my office in room 210, it was in the office where the computer infrastructure was set up, and they hadn't transferred all the data yet. You get lost when it comes to technology. Put in a survival situation. Yeah, in a survival situation, people will figure things out. The human spirit is resilient, and it can handle just about anything. So, yeah, I've always been kind of a tech-savvy person. When I went to college, I started off as a computer science major. I actually did very poorly. College compared to high school, in the US at least, is very different. And so I always got good grades and such in high school. But then going to college was a whole completely different thing. And, you know, to be honest, when I went to college, I was living at the dorms, all of this newfangled freedom, super blazing fast internet. I kind of squandered the first semester, and I didn't quite recover very well. And I remember playing Doom 1.0 on my computer, and my roommate asking me, "How far along are you on our final project?" And to be honest, it wasn't even on my mind that we had this final project, and here I am playing Doom instead of working on my final project. And when he told me, I was like, "Oh yeah, we got a final project coming soon." Here I am, not even started it. And so all of that freedom of moving off to the dorms, being away from home, and on my own and choosing my own classes and such, for me, it was a little too much freedom. And I was used to the high school life in that its stakes are not as high. And that first semester didn't go as planned, and didn't do as well as I should have. But anyway, I realized also that computer science, even though I love technology and all of that, and I went into computer science as my major, it was a little more difficult than I thought. So I switched majors over to... I was going to switch over to art, because I also liked art and creativity and the like. But then the counselor said, "You know, there's not a lot of jobs in art sometimes. So if instead you go to graphic design, you can be artistic and do technology at the same time." And that was a good choice, because I eventually did switch to graphic design, and I did get a degree in graphic design, and I got to do technology plus art. And it worked out. But what's interesting also is that... What's interesting also is that you left school at 15, walked into a job, the aluminium joinery, and then started a life. That's cool. And, you know, years later, you have a family, you have a home, you live in a beautiful part of the world. You never know what life will bring. I was, you know, honestly, I think I was kind of a sheltered person growing up. My parents loved me and all of that. I think I was kind of sheltered and somewhat aimless a bit. And this job that I have at the moment of being a college instructor, it was never my goal, because growing up I was a shy person. You know, all of our family was kind of a chubby family, and for me, it did get to a point where we'll do the. I'll do the calculation right now. Actually, let me go over here. I can tell you in pounds, but let's switch over to kilos. I was very heavy at a certain point. Let me tell you right now exactly here. No, not Wikipedia. Kilo converter, please. Kilo conversion. So at a certain point, I weighed... Where is kilograms? Just give me the answer. Just give me the answer. Not a table. Do it for me. From kilograms to pounds? No, backwards. At a certain point, I weighed 117 kilos. And that contributed to low self-esteem and shyness and such. And there was a time that, yeah, I was very self-conscious, low self-esteem, shy, etc. And I would have never thought of being a college instructor standing in front of a room full of students pretending to know what you're doing. Yes, I do know what I'm doing. But that was the furthest thing that I would have had as a profession. And I got that first opportunity from my mentor to, hey, Victor, would you like to try to do a little bit of teaching and in a safe environment and so forth with my mentor and such. And I tried it, and little by little by little by little, then yeah, suddenly I'm an instructor. And so 15 years later, I am a college instructor. Time flies. And now I'm doing classes with this new young generation, and it's fascinating that some of them, because I was in college in 1999, and some of them were born in this new millennium. You were at your heaviest at 105. Let me translate that right now into real units. No, just kidding, but let me translate that into what I understand. 105 to me would be 231. Yeah, that's that. We were both heavy and such. So you're 91. Oh, there you go. So that's good. And I know with domesticity comes that. Right now, what did I weigh a few days ago? Let me do my own conversion here. Right now I'm about 92, 93 or so kilos. So yeah, we're in our 40s. We're healthy. Time flies. We lived through the 80s and the 90s, the good times. We were there when magic was invented. We had our ups and downs. I know you had a lot of, I was never in the service, unlike you, and you look back at a life. We look at our parents. Look at the previous generation. How when we were younger and they were 30 years old, and they're like, they're so old, and then now we're past our 30s, but we're still young. We're still cool, and it's just fascinating. I'm not saying anything new that hasn't been said for 10,000 years of human civilization, but yeah, time flies. And in the year 2022, everyone grows up, everyone gets old, everyone lives a life, everyone takes a path, everyone casts a Banehound with lifelink in haste. That's how you say hi to your opponent, with a turn 1 haste creature. That Gala Greeter, I hate that card. That's some non-magic chat. I should have probably kept that as for a double blocker. Shh. Shadow Kingray is the opponent. They're going to do some sort of giant growth. Oops, Hydra's growth. Exactly. There is a memorial sitting bench at the college from someone that passed away at some point that says that exactly. Any day above ground is a good day. So, it's completely true. Alright, so here's going to be a huge big brain tactic. That's going to get big. Then I'm going to block it with whatever. Then I'm going to sacrifice it. And get no damage. Oops, never mind. That takes 3 mana to do it. Oh well, fine. We'll just do it this way. So that's a pretty impressive... That's a pretty impressive creature that's going to get bigger and bigger, but I got a blocker. Now it's a 7/7. What does Emil do? Exile another creature, whatever. Flicker it whenever another creature enters the battlefield. Pay whatever. Put a +1. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so that's another card that triggers me. I freaking hate that Great Henge. Because it just has so much value. Yes, it costs 1,000,000 mana, but it just has so much value. Well, at least they did the courtesy of paying for it before... before passing the turn. There's some removal, but we just have to survive a little bit longer. Oh no, now you got a 13/13. You'll probably pay for your cleric class. Nope, Crusted Sunmare. Oh, that's not good. But that's okay, I got that removal spell right there. If you gain life, create a horse. Whoops, okay. So that will create a horse, but I've got removal for it. See, here's the opponent failing. Just do Horse Tribal. Why do you have a Gala Greeters? Just do Horse Tribal. Now you have a 14/14. Amazing. I just need to put in a few blockers until I get a removal for that 27/27. Well, that's lethal, but I have a blocker. Now you can pay for your cleric class. Play for that cleric class. Come on. Just don't get trampled. It's not even a pony deck. They're not even playing properly. Like, throwing in a Gala Greeters just breaks the immersion. Uh-oh, they got a rabbit bite or something. I hear voices outside. Alright, so here we go. They're attacking with everything, probably. Don't care. Or attacking with one. Fine. So, I don't even know what to keep, but let's keep this. You know, I actually like... Well, never mind. I was going to say I could have sacrificed the food and stayed alive. If they do an instant trample, then I'm dead. Nope, no instant trample. Alright, so I have food. I have 6 mana for my Coven. This is the whole point of this deck. So now we got 3 blockers. And what can we get out of that Coven? Mill. Yeah, let's do some mill. That'll be a good insult. Plus discard. Yeah, mill and discard. And let's also bring out this ingredient. All right, now we're going to have like a 58. As long as it doesn't trample, we'll be okay. 53. See, the deck isn't even doing the pony theme. They've just relied on their growth. And as soon as I kill it, then it's done. But everything's a mana dork. Moon Cleric, who cares? Yep. Turn it into a 54-54, I guess. It would be a shame that I get a murder or anything equivalent. Crack the snow, whatever that's called. Oh, they're gonna go tutor for an enchantment. So if they get some sort of exile enchantment, that'll be annoying. So it's ponies and enchantments, but not really, because then they have a human elf cleric. Sure. Make a token, which is tapped. Go get the Blessed Sanctuary. Prevent all non-combat damage. It would be whatever. Okay, that's annoying. So that'll be trouble. Prevents all damage. A 53. 3 mana to Anthem. Sure, but you tap out. Aha, too bad. Too bad. So they're tapped out. I can go with a big ol' attack. Haha. Tameo safekeeping is gone. No removal yet. Okay, fine. Just send a message and attack with a 4/5. Chittering Witch does -2/-2 onto something, so I guess we'll hold on to that. That's a 105. As long as it doesn't have trample, we'll be okay. Play your Sanctuary, which prevents damage. That's annoying, but that's fine. That's a 5/5. Damage is prevented. Yeah, the opponent, it's a mismatch. It's a mishmash of stuff. It's got some amount of ponies, but then they just threw in everything that they like. Doesn't really have much cohesion. It looks like they started it off as a pony unicorn deck and they just threw everything into it. So those Gala Greeters, that's a very good card, but all right, we got a 106. Sure. You'll see. Once I get my damnation, you'll see. Yeah, they're just attacking with their 101. Who cares? I'll just block it with my rat. See, here's insult to injury. Block with the rat, respond by sacrificing my rat, and kill their 2-2 over here, and then take no damage at all because it doesn't have trample. So, GG opponent. Anyway, what else can I do here? I don't want to sacrifice anything else. I could eat... Yeah, let's eat some of these pies. That'll be fine. Let's eat some pies. And then we go back and my coven does its thing. Actually, what I should do is I should let my main... You know what? I should let my main coven die. I should block that 106, let my main coven die, and summon more covens. That'll be the annoying thing to do. I have the mana for it, so next turn. Do that next turn. Milling, all of that. Whoops, sorry about that. Heliod getting milled is very good. Gotta land. Okay, no problem. Yeah, we'll just hold off here. Let them attack with... Let them attack with a 211, 211. Everything suddenly... Oh, there we go. We're dead. That's got trample. GG opponent. So the Saga gave everything trample. As long as they didn't have trample, we would have been okay. But if that didn't give trample, we could have stretched it out longer. But GG opponent. Pearled Unicorn. Yep, more life, more good. Oh, we just crossed 3 hours, so maybe we'll play 1 or 2 more games and then I'll wrap it up. 3-hour stream is pretty good. Hey, I just got a brand new follow. Albert45616. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Over on... What was that? On Twitch or YouTube? Probably YouTube. I've been getting a lot of new followers on YouTube. People liked that last video that I did of, oh no, that was on, actually that was on Twitch. Yeah, so thank you, Albert, for the follow on Twitch. You might also want to check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/VMCampos. Got a bunch of videos there for you to check out. Magic related, comic book related, photography, and more. Someone playing an implement. You need to pay blue mana for that, however. I guess you can. Okay. Sure, that's a thing you can do. Missing land drops. They are not. Joyra is online. That's not good. Karn is also not good. Come on, 4th mana.
Piece by piece, our victory.
Uh-oh, we got
will
power
come
stones. There we
together.
go. 4th mana. Sorry, Karn.
Our loss is Phyrexia's victory.
I should have attacked with that newt as well. She turned me into a newt. Anyone know that quote from a classic comedy? She turned me into a newt. Well, I got better. Counter non-target spell. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'll pay for that, no problem. Spell Pierce. LOL. I'll give you one of these. LOL. Yeah, so this opponent also kind of has a mishmash of stuff, although they did play Joyra with mana, so that could be a good turn. Yep, of course. Either Flux Reservoir. Come on, 5th mana. Come on, 5th mana. Nope, 4th mana. That's good enough. Just attack with everything. Pressure. Since you're gonna kill it anyway, we'll just bake that bat into a pie. They have enough mana to recast Joyra. Hopefully they do. Waste all their mana. Oops, Chromatic Orrery. That's a good one. Use that to cast Joyra. And then 5th mana to exile Joyra. 5th mana. There we go. 5th mana. We'll do one of these little mic drop. Do you have a Rage It Up Haste deck? Yes. I'll show it in a moment. It's a Boros Rage Haste deck. Oops, we got Joyra again. They seem to have a million mana, so that'll be annoying. I'm gonna draw a bunch of cards off of that. And I miss a land drop. Okay, well, I could have probably played that a little bit better right there. I could have done the attack. They would have blocked that skeleton, maybe. Joyra would have been at 1. Then I could have sacrificed the Newt and deal the final damage there. But yeah, the opponent has too much advantage right here. So let's go check out that that haste deck. This Boros haste deck. I think I've shown it before. I don't have every type of archetype. I don't like every archetype, but I do have this hasty one. I saw someone playing a really good mono red cycling kill your opponent super fast deck. I'll try to maybe create my own version of it at some point. But the idea with this one is right here. I go first, so that's good. I have these creatures that just get so big so fast out of hand. And I have them in hand, and the opponent's mulliganing like crazy. So hopefully... Now, it is a glass cannon in terms of it definitely relies on these couple of creatures that are pretty hasty and such. Okay, you got a little Healy. Fine. If this survives next turn, it'll be really nice. Here's the best case scenario. If I get one more planes, this will be amazing. Because I'll equip the Frenzied Rage. I'll equip the Sentinel Eye. No, okay, fine. That was a mistake. I'm kind of making mistakes here, sorry. 2, 3, now everything's big. Okay. Well... Missed another land drop. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this deck. So yeah, at least that's a 5/4. So and then they're going to remove that creature. So like I said, so missing land drops. If they pass with 4 open mana, that's obviously going to be a Settle the Wreckage. So what I will, yeah, it's a Settle the Wreckage here. So let's send in our Sacrificial Legionnaire over here. Give me an extra land. Fine. Wow. I am relying that they must have had a... Okay, so they're completely tapped out. That's only 6 damage in the air. Sure. Alright, there's double white. So here we go. I think I might have won this because I play this, I get big, I tap their creature, they're completely defenseless right there. I play another tap, I tap this, don't even care about the scrying. Tap another one, go in for 1,000,000 damage. Hit them for 1, who cares? And then there we go. Oh, never mind. So close. So close. Math. Well, missing land drops are 4 turns in a row does that, so... Let's try it again. So I proclaim, yes, this is my haste deck, and then it fails. Doesn't that always happen that someone hypes something and then it falls flat? But I swear when I've played that deck off the stream, it's devastating. Alright, so this champion's gonna get insane. Watch this. Alright. Your funeral opponent. Okay, so this is a very good hand here because we're gonna get that, then we're gonna get that. And then suddenly that's a 7/7. Then I got another enchantment to make it even bigger. It's got trample, so it'll go through that wall. Now, obviously they have got double black for a murder, and then it all falls apart. But got the removal, use the removal. There's nothing to super analyze here. Or maybe they just lost the will to live because suddenly I've got a 7/7 for strike trample. The next turn, well, I play this, which taps down their creature, then it'll get another +1/+3, and even bigger because it gets +2 for each aura and equipment. So even bigger than that. So as long as they're just not wasting time to eventually play their removal spell, this will be a very good... Yeah, see, look at that. Why are they taking 10 years to finally play their removal spell like that? So annoying. Wasting my freaking time. Makes no sense to be wasting my time. They've got the removal there, and why? So I have every creature here that is good, but then nothing to enhance it with. So hopefully... double welcomes, that's going to be like a healing... Oh, Elspeth. Okay, that's a good one. Sure. Alright, well, that deck sometimes works, I guess. It's worked before, but I guess when you're on the gold tier ladder, the shuffler or whatever, the randomness won't cooperate. Alright, we'll play one final game. Hey there, Gabe. Well, I was going to wrap it up in a moment, but I'll play a game or two. Thanks for stopping by. I know you said you were at a party and such. Let's play this Ulamog deck for a moment, then I'll wrap it up. Hopefully you had a good time at your party, but I've been streaming for 3 hours already, and I'm going to wrap it up in a little bit. But we'll try to win a game or two with Ulamog. So here's this Ulamog deck, which is basically get a bunch of mana out there, and then get Ulamog or 4 and wreck the opponent. Yes, welcome. So Lord Eyeball is the opponent. So I changed this deck just a little bit by adding a couple of colorless lands, actually, which are very useful using my Forsaken Monument. Got this removal just in case of an annoying opponent. Yeah, double initiates. Sure. Let's scry into something. Remove counters from among creatures you control. Destroy an artifact or enchantment. Sure. Alright, so... Well, not Evil Mage, but I did do a cosplay as Evil Mage a few hours ago. I had to take it off because it was too hot and such. But yes, I did do a... Okay, hold on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play that monument. Play that stone. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got Ulamog mana. So, okay. GG opponent. Give him a little mic drop and bring out Ulamog. Plus, get rid of that tri-land and then they're done. Yep. So, yeah, after I made these changes to this deck, it's a little bit more vicious now. It was all just plains. But then I put in the Radiant Fountain, which gains you a little life, versus the aggro decks. And the Zelfirin Void, which lets you scry 1 to smooth out the hands and such. But then, when you have this monument, whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, add an additional colorless. So, oh, guess what? That gives you a colorless, and that gives you a colorless. So now these give you 2 mana. So that was the latest addition I made to this deck, and now I have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 mana right there. And then Ulamog is out, and the opponent is gone. So, play one more. Or so. Well, again, it wasn't Evil Mage. It was me cosplaying as Evil Mage. So I hadn't played on the ladder for a little while. I was just really focused on Brawl, Historic Brawl. But I got the idea a couple of days ago to do some ladder work, and Elspeth's Esper Sentinel. It works, yeah. It's that monument can really ramp things up. It does take 5 mana to get it out, but then it really snowballs your mana. Now right here, unfortunately, I'm going to need to give them a free card. This is another card that triggers me. This Esper Sentinel. I have it on my deck. It's so good. But I'm going to have to give them a free card because I need to ramp. You know what, actually, I'm going to play slower than I would like. I'm not going to ramp because the next turn I'm just going to Wrath. Well, actually, that doesn't let me Wrath. Whoops. Fine. Fine, I'm not going to give them any cards. I'm going to take a few lumps. Two, three, four, five, six. Actually, I think I'm dead here. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they're gonna go get one small creature played, and then I'm dead. So, yeah. I wasn't paying attention to the board state, and suddenly I'm dead. Should have been more attentive on that. I should have played that board wipe. I wasn't paying attention. I should have played that board wipe instead of playing the mana rock. I thought I had enough for paying the tax on it, but I should have played the board wipe. So basically, always play the board wipe. Alright, we'll check out those 2 books in a moment. I remember we were talking about that the other day. You got some cool fantasy books. So yeah, let's take a quick look since the opponent is a slow player. Actually, wait, they passed it to me. Yeah, I'm just playing a Mind Stone, don't worry. But yeah, so we got Dennis McKiernan's The Eye of the Hunter. Yeah, this is a classic. Everyone in a party and such. And then Diamari, the epic conclusion to the Aryan saga. Yeah, these are some classic 70s and 80s. A warrior mage must use, there's nothing going on in the game, the opponent is very slow. A warrior mage must use a sword and spellcraft to breach a stronghold of ancient evil. Okay, there we go, we finally got our turn. I'm just going to set up for a bunch of mana. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I get my next mana, I've got Little Ugin, Shockland for a Rafine. That's very good. That's another card that triggers me. It is mythic. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana there. Playing against Demir colors. So we got a Diviner of Fates. When this enters, it connives. Whenever you discard blah blah blah. So it's just a Wretched Alchemy card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single black mana open.
Be gone, interloper.
See, do I play too fast or do I just know my deck? Or like compared to the opponent, here we are, you know, this much longer and they still haven't even played their land yet. And me, I did my thing, took out their thing, did my thing. It's like, what is even... Fine, I'll give you a card. Probably have another removal. And then I'm kind of out of stuff. I have 5 mana, that could be plenty of removal, even Planeswalker removal, but what is the opponent up to that would take this long? Choose one or both. Return target creature to the battlefield, return target aura to the battlefield. Ugh. So what are they bringing back? They're bringing back the Splendor and the Seer. Okay, that's very good. 5 mana for some very good things. Okay. But I've got 9 loyalty on Ugin, so 6, 7, 8. So who cares? 6, 7, 8. Now let's just get rid of... Let's just get rid of Rafine. Splendor is pretty good. More conniving, more slow down. Alright, so we have the monument. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have enough mana next turn for Ulamog. Seek a non-land card. Wow, I'm gonna kill that card so hard. I'm gonna kill that land so hard when I summon Ulamog. Oh man. Fine, you destroyed your own cleansing. You destroyed your own splendor. Okay, fine. That is perfectly fine. Vohar, draw a card, blah blah blah, sacrifice Vohar, you may cast target instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Uh-oh, they're gonna bring back the kill my planeswalker. Fine. Fine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. What a grind. Okay, that's worthless. Yeah, but it's just getting there very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need one more mana and then we're good. Another freaking Rafine. Great. That's not more mana, but we have removal, so okay. Let's do that. Here's the one more mana. Next turn we have Ulamog. There we go. Ulamog. Get rid of that Splendor. Get rid of that freaking Alchemy land. There we go. Void Rend is awesome. Is that the one they're using on me? I'm not even paying attention to what they're using on me. Void Rend. Check in a moment. Rise to Glory. Oops, they're bringing that back. Okay, fine. So that's pretty annoying. So now Ulamog is only a 1/1. And then they kill it easily. Okay. Fine. And then I can't even activate any of my artifacts because the Splendor's destroying everything. So we just gotta draw something good. And then a Troxel. Okay, not good. Yep, we're just gonna have to draw into something good because right now it's a stalemate. Okay, I can play that. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I have 12 mana. So that I don't die. What do we want to block here? Let's try to block here. If Ugin survives, that'll be good. Fine. fine. They're gonna sacrifice their own creatures. Oops, that was a misplay. They should have sacrificed the other slug and then Troxel. Oh man, they got a fake. Look at that, an alchemy card. An alchemy card coming in at the end. Alright, we're on a 5-turn clock. Thank you, alchemy. Do I need to repeat myself that alchemy was a mistake? I got another Troxel. Got another Ulamog. Okay, off the top. Take that alchemy player. You better pull something good. Okay, digging, still digging. Did you get something finally good? Vohalar Darar, whatever. Well, let's exile half their deck. They're gonna deal 1 damage to me. As long as they don't deal 4 damage. Sacrifice this. You may cast an instant from whatever cruel play. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If the player can't, they lose full life. No problem. I'll just wake up my my little idol, and then I'll sacrifice that. I gotta make sure I put in my full control to do that so that I don't get killed 5 damage. And then we'll give them one of these do not care, because I will have a creature. I gotta put in all my stops here to awaken my idol. I have now a creature to sacrifice. Sacrifice that. Sacrifice that creature, leaving Ulamog intact. Draw a card. Attack with a 10-2. They have to block it. Mill half their... Oops, actually they're dead. There we go. GG opponent. Give him a mic drop as well. Scry into whatever. Don't care. Pass the turn. GG. That one was a back and forth. That was interactive magic. Just everything toe-to-toe on everything. That Cleansing Nova really set me back a while. And then getting all of their Rafines. Rafines is an amazing card. And then that Sentinel, even just a 1-mana card drawer. And then this one, this was an all-star, that Rise to Glory. Keep getting stuff back over and over. Very good. And what else was good on their side? There's that exile target non-land artifact, creature, or enchantment. Its controller puts a random creature card with lesser value from their library onto the battlefield. Well, I have no creatures of lesser mana value, so I get nothing. But that alchemy card removed that. One of the Ulamogs. And then they got all their Vohars. They got all their Troxels. They got all their Rise to Glories. They exiled one of my Ulamogs. They killed 2 of my Guardians, my little Ugin, my big Ugin, my Ulamog. They destroyed my... They killed 3 of my Ugins. Little Ugins. 2 of the little Ugins, 1 of the big Ugins, 2 of the idols. And there we go. So I think that's a good spot to end the stream. I have been streaming for 3 hours and 40 minutes. It's a good amount of... You remember the mana cards you shared before and after Nicol Bolas Total Annihilation event. Yeah, something I play a lot. It all blurs in my mind eventually, but I believe you. And yeah, sometimes at the last minute something comes together. something you see that, oh, that's too insurmountable, and just moving on. But yeah, that was a back and forth. It never felt completely oppressive. I think I've played enough times when I see like, well, this is too much to surmount, so next opponent. But yeah, Ulamog, Indestructible makes it sound like, well, I can't even deal with it. But Sacrifice deals with indestructibility, and Exile deals with indestructibility. Now, one of the Exile cards was the freaking Alchemy card, and I've said before, Alchemy is a mistake. And so that's how you can kill. They killed my 10/10 with a 1 mana card. Again, Alchemy was a mistake. But, yeah, so you're welcome on that. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you had a good time at your party, Gabe, as well. Thanks, everyone, for coming by today. Yeah, I'm double streaming again nowadays. Twitch and YouTube. And everyone have a good rest of the day, rest of the week, and such. I'll be back on the next time. Got a video or two. I have a Halloween themed comic book review video coming soon. Because Halloween's coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. A Halloween comic book review. So thanks everyone for stopping by. I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.